10 p.m. Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 4:30.
Now at 4:30, in full bloom, how this bed of flowers is honoring a local pediatric doctor and what the group behind it says this gesture represents. Plus, trading threats, what warnings the U.S. and Iran are sending following a blockade preventing traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. And authority assurance. County authorities speaking out after a nightmare scenario in Omaha. Why they say the terrifying events highlight a need across Nebraska. But first, we begin with a look at your weather and traffic now at 4:30 as storms around our area are seemingly clearing out. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Emma Norwood. It's been a pretty gloomy day so far. Most of the skies looking like what you'll see in our Allo Communications camera, but I hear that's not the same story across the state. Meteorologist Dominic Ferraro joins us now. Dom, are any storms going to continue throughout the day?
Hey, good afternoon, Emma. Not a huge chance, but definitely a chance for a few more showers before we're all said and done here on your Wednesday. That severe weather threat, though, has come to an end for most of us here in eastern Nebraska. Quick look at a couple storms in and around the Tri-Cities, maybe a couple bolts of lightning with this, but for the moment, mainly just showers here on the backside of a system that's departing then off to our north and east. We'll continue to see these showers then move both east and then a little off to the north as well as we head throughout the rest of your afternoon here and into Wednesday evening. Could always take the moisture, as especially with how dry we've been. But earlier today, we did see a few stronger showers and some thunderstorms move through, mainly north of Interstate 80, giving us a few reports there of hail across the region, including this one here in Dwight. 2-inch diameter hail just before 1:22 p.m. Just to the north there of Seward. That's about the size of a hen egg you could see at the store, a lime, anywhere between a golf ball and a tennis ball. That's kind of where that lines up then. So fairly significant hail. A couple more inch and a half reports out there too. But as we take a look here in your Allo Communications camera, a few passing clouds. That's likely where it's going to be the rest of the day. Temperatures, though, fairly pleasant in the 60s and 70s. We do have another shot for some more storms as we head towards the end of the work week. We'll have that and more coming up here in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Tom. Let's take a live look at the roads here in the capital city over on Nebraska Parkway near 91st Street. Doesn't look like there's too many people out and about. Should make for an easy commute on your way home. New tonight, Omaha Police Department releasing the names of the officers involved with a deadly incident at a Walmart. The incident leaving one woman dead and a child in the hospital. You can see their pictures here. On the right is Officer Brian Seaton and on the left, Officer Reger Oseka. Because of the nature of the incident, it is currently under investigation and will require a grand jury. And Douglas County Sheriff Aaron Hansen commenting on the horrific event in Omaha. He says this illustrates the dangerous reality of, in his words, repeat offenders and Nebraska's mental health crisis. He's calling on politicians and local leaders to work together to find solutions to prevent incidents like this from happening. Well, the Lincoln Pediatric Group is honoring the legacy of one of their own. The group sharing these photos of a new bed of blooming tulips in front of their building. They say they planted the flowers last fall after losing their friend and colleague, Dr. Kate Gogella. Dr. Gogella died this past November after she was hit by a car on South 84th and Cherrywood Drive. The group says as the tulips bloom, there will always be a piece of her with them. As the war in Iran rages on, U.S. Central Command says the blockade near the Strait of Hormuz is fully in effect, cutting off all sea trade in and out of Iran. ABC's Olivia Rubin has the details.
Today, more than halfway through the 2-week ceasefire, President Trump saying the end of the war is near, expressing optimism to Fox News.
I think it's close to over, yeah. I mean, I view it as very close to over.
But no deal has been made. The last round of in-person talks failing. The White House saying this today.
It's obviously in the best interest of Iran to meet the president's demands. I think he's made his red lines in these negotiations very clear.
And the U.S. military issuing this new threat as they enforce a blockade around Iranian ports to choke off trade.
If you do not comply with this blockade, we will use force. The whole of the United States Navy is ready to force compliance.
and Iran with its own threat to the U.S., calling the blockade illegal and warning they'll block the flow of more exports in the region, potentially hurting the global economy even more. As oil hovers around $92 a barrel, the International Monetary Fund with this warning.
But if the conflict persists and oil prices stay high for an extended period, we must brace for tough times ahead.
But today, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent with a rosier outlook, saying gas prices could drop soon.
I'm optimistic that during the summer we will see gas with a 3 in front of it sooner rather than later.
Vice President J.D. Vance has been leading the negotiations with Iran, acknowledging the difficulty.
After 49 years, there's a lot of course, mistrust between Iran and the United States of America. You're not going to solve that problem overnight.
And today, a delegation from Pakistan, the chief mediators here, arriving in Iran, where they're expected to discuss the potential for new in-person talks with the United States, though nothing has been scheduled just yet. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, Washington.
We have some new developments on an overnight burglary in central Lincoln. Lincoln police are now searching for a man wearing a tan jacket and carrying a bag, who they say broke a glass door and took several items from the Romantics off of South 10th Street. You can see officers leaving the area around 2:30 this morning, sent into our Now Local News app in this video. Coming up tonight at 5 o'clock, we'll give you an inside look at the surveillance footage our station caught as authorities work to track down details. And over in Seward County, the sheriff's office finding a missing teen all the way from Wisconsin. They say they received an alert from the Plover Police Department telling them the teen's phone pinged off a tower at the Seward Walmart. Deputies finding a red truck the teen was driving at the Speedy Mart nearby, where they took that teen into custody while they waited for the parents to arrive. Well, right now, a local card shop is putting itself back together again after a burglary.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Here, this is Jake Homer reporting for Channel 8 News. A break-in happening early this morning at Capital City Sports Card in Lincoln. The owner tells me a suspect broke in around 2:45, shattering the front door, and then proceeding to steal about $10,000 worth of merchandise, and that's not including the cost of the damage from their building as well. Now, LPD tells me the suspect involved in this theft may have also been involved in another theft that happened earlier this morning, both in Lincoln. We'll talk about that more here on the news at 5 and 6 o'clock.
New at 4:30, a state audit revealing major problems with Nebraska's health insurances. State Auditor Mike Foley says funds for state health insurance claims are close to running dry based on continual downturn of these totals over the last 4 years, from over $80 million in 2022 to just $7 million this past year. Foley states fundamental administrative renovations are needed to bring the funding back up. And we have plenty of stories for when you return, including the powerhouse principal, how a principal in Oklahoma is now being viewed as the community's hero after a terrifying encounter. And coming up at 5, joining forces, how a local store is helping out after the sudden closure of the Painted Tree boutiques. Developing now, an Oklahoma principal is the talk of the town. Principal Kirk Moore putting his life on the line when a man with a gun walked into his school. Moore facing the man head on, preventing what could have been a deadly situation. ABC's Alex Stone details how it all unfolded.
This is the moment police say Principal Kirk Moore saved lives. Seen in surveillance video at Pauls Valley High School outside of Oklahoma City, tackling a man who police say is a former student who returned to carry out a mass shooting.
The actions of the staff and the principal stepping in as soon as they saw a subject with a firearm saved lives.
You can see it unfolding here as police say 20-year-old Victor Hawkins walked into the high school armed with 2 pistols. In the video, you see an individual looking around. He appears to rack the slide of the gun as he walks in. Then he aims a gun directly at Moore. Moore rushes him. Moore was shot in the lower right leg during the struggle.
The subject was able to fire multiple rounds where the principal was hurt.
Court documents say Hawkins, seen here in a mugshot, planned to carry out a mass shooting and told detectives he was inspired by Columbine and did not like Principal Moore, so he went to the high school to kill him. Police say Moore laid on top of Hawkins after tackling him as an assistant principal ran in and took the guns. They say they kept Hawkins there until law enforcement arrived.
I can't overemphasize the actions of school staff, the people that don't have firearms for protection, stepping in and protecting their kids.
Video later showed Principal Moore at the hospital alert and conscious after he was shot in the leg and was airlifted from the school. Police say Principal Moore saved lives. A suspect has been charged with shooting with intent to kill. He has pleaded not guilty and is being held on $1 million bond. Alex Stone, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Let's get a look at your full forecast at 4:30 with meteorologist Dominic Ferraro. Dom, what's in store for us?
Well, even after kind of the rainy start to the day, temperatures not too bad out there. I had a chance to step outside this afternoon, kind of cool, refreshing for many of us here in southeast Nebraska. 70s across the state, though a few cooler spots, especially where we've seen a few showers then this afternoon. Upper 50s for Norfolk, and then just to the south there of Grand Island, looks like we have some cooler temperatures as well. Winds for most of us here in southeast Nebraska, a bit breezy out of the north between 10 and 20 miles per hour, dying down briefly then as you get out towards central and northeastern portions of the state, and picking up back again out of the west as you get out closer to North Platte and Ogallala. Here's a look at those showers here. We can kind of see that classic counterclockwise rotation here. We see that with low pressure systems across the United States as this now moves then off to our north and east. Even a few severe thunderstorm warnings still in place in portions of Iowa there, but the severe threat here in eastern Nebraska has wrapped up for the rest of the day. We do expect then these showers to just kind of slowly meander off here to the east. Maybe a few sprinkles here for the capital city as we head into your into your evening here tonight. But then as we head into the start of the day on Thursday, fairly clear skies, fairly quiet for the start of your Thursday, and we're going to see lots of sunshine out there. Temperatures are going to look a little more like summertime ahead then of an incoming cold front here for your Friday. Now this cold front is going to play an important role because this is where we'll see showers and thunderstorms form off of as we head into the Friday afternoon and evening, though we do expect, at least models at the moment, have this cold front passing through the capital city and portions of southeastern Nebraska fairly early in the day on Friday. Before then, I'll step out of the way here. We start to see those showers and thunderstorms pop out off to our south and east as we head into Friday evening. So the timing of that cold front is going to be very important. Once we start to see that northerly shift, that likely will bring an end to our chances for showers and thunderstorms then for your Friday. But for the moment, the Storm Prediction Center still keeping an eye here on southeast Nebraska for a chance for severe weather. The green here, that's your marginal level 1 out of 5 risk. That's an isolated storm or two. Slight level 2 out of 5 risk here in yellow with a couple counties in far southeast Nebraska. That means we could see a few scattered severe storms, and then a very far southeastern corner here of the state under that enhanced level 3 out of 5 risk, meaning we could see numerous severe storms. The majority of that severe weather risk still off to our south and east, and we'll see how this shifts over the next couple of days, but that is something we're continuing to monitor here going forward. I mentioned summertime weather for your Thursday. Temperatures start out in the 50s and ultimately into the mid 80s by the afternoon. Lots of sunshine out there. A good day to enjoy outdoors.
All right, thanks so much, Tom. At this hour, several communities across the Midwest are picking up after severe weather leaves behind extensive damage. ABC's Rena Roy takes us inside how they're rebuilding.
Toppled trees, damaged homes, and flooded roads across the Midwest after severe storms slammed the region. Several tornadoes reported in Michigan, including the city of Otsego.
The sirens went off, so I kind of just laid there. Then I heard the winds getting really strong, so I got up and looked out the back, and we headed to the basement at that point. It sounded like one of my windows blew out in my house, and I think that must be when the trees fell down in front of the house.
A massive tree crashing down onto a business, getting tangled up in power lines. In Carson City, Michigan, authorities racing to round up cows at a dairy farm that got out after a tornado tore through. The barns and equipment destroyed turned to piles of wood and metal.
It's a lot. I don't even know how to begin. There's barn repairs, roof repairs, animals loose.
In Sussex, Wisconsin, debris scattered all over.
I walked to the other end, and it is not very good. There's units that the roof is collapsed in, windows blowing out, back garage doors are ripped off.
In Milwaukee, people wading through knee-deep water, cars, and even a public bus stranded. And the roof ripped off this church in Bristol.
Today, severe storms are possible from North Texas to Pennsylvania. People there could see large hail, strong wind, and tornadoes. And another round of similar conditions could hit the Midwest again later this week. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
We have some new details on a poster contest happening here in Lincoln for the country's 250th birthday. The city is extending the deadline for submissions to April 22nd, giving artists an extra week to work on their projects. They can submit their work into one of 4 categories: kindergarten through 5th grade, 6th through 12th grade, adult amateurs, and adult professionals. Judging and selection is now on April 29th before the official submission to the U.S. Conference of Mayors on May 1st. Right now, Lincoln is shaping up to be one of the better cities in America for college grads.
For Channel 8 News, I'm Andrew Ward. The capital city is in the top 10 for recent college grads. A recent report from Redfin Glassdoor ranked the best U.S. cities for college grads based on their size. Now, they had 3 categories they based their rankings on: housing affordability, career opportunity, and urban quality of life. They placed Lincoln at number 6 for mid-sized cities. They say that what makes the capital city great for recent grads is low rents relative to income, great work-life balance, and new grads here to tend to love their jobs. They call Lincoln a major employer, and with entertainment options like college football, touring Broadway shows at the Lead Center, and farmers markets, there's a lot of ways to have fun.
Time now for a look at what's trending at KOKNTV.com. Here's Channel 8's Mark Fisher.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Mark Fisher, and we're back with another segment of what's trending on KOKNTV.com. First up, Painted Tree Boutiques in Lincoln suddenly closed its doors on Tuesday morning, leaving several small business owners in the dark. The company notified all its shop owners through an email which Channel 8 obtained from a local vendor. The email reads in part, "It is with great regret that we write to inform you that Painted Tree Boutique has made the very difficult decision to cease all business operations today. Painted Tree will not be conducting any further retail sales at any location." The company said that the vendors had to come and retrieve their items with store staff on site to help with breakdown or loading. According to one Lincoln vendor, they had to get all their items out before the building's landlord locked the doors for good, or the items would be auctioned off. Also getting clicks, Lincoln police are investigating a burglary at an adult entertainment store early Wednesday morning. LPD said it happened at Romantics near South 10th and High Streets around 2:30 a.m. Officers determined a man wearing a tan jacket broke a glass door and entered the business. LPD said the man took several items and left. Police did not say if it has made any arrests at this time. You can read about these stories and much more at our website on KOKNTV.com, but for now, we'll be back right here tomorrow with more trending stories.
Well, when we come back, a pair of semifinal showdowns in Lincoln. How local high school teams are battling it out in the Heartland Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament semifinal games. And coming up at 5, planter paintings. How the Lincoln Airport is getting the community involved in beautifying these outdoor safeguards. Right now, the Heartland Athletic Conference baseball tournament is well underway. Let's check in with Channel 8 Sports Director Nate Johnson for the latest. Nate?
Hey, thank you, Emma. Yeah, big day for high school baseball fans in and around our coverage area with the HAC tournament nearing the finale. 4 teams playing today for a chance at that championship game. The 1, 2, 3, and 4 seeds all advancing to the semifinals. In the early game, Lincoln East took down Columbus today, 9-4 to secure their spot in tonight's championship game. The Spartans also took down Lincoln North Star in this year's tournament to secure one of the 2 final spots. And playing right now, the 2 and 3 seeds in the tournament, Lincoln Southwest and Grand Island, both teams are having pretty solid starts to their season. The winner to face the 1 seed later tonight at Den Hartog. Again, the final for Lincoln East and Columbus, 9-4. Lincoln Southwest, Grand Island in action right now. And we'll have the latest from that game coming up tonight at 6 in the Sports Zone, and more from this evening's championship game later tonight at 10 p.m. We'll see if it'll be a battle of 2 Lincoln schools or if the Islanders can make the final game. We'll see you back here in the Sports Zone later today. For now, though, Emma, we'll send things back over to you.
Thanks so much, Nate. Let's get one last look at your weather at 4:30. Dom, take it away.
Yeah, certainly not too bad for any of those evening plans here for your Wednesday. We'll see the 60s and 70s over the next couple of hours. A good bit of sunshine trying to sneak through the clouds too, and a northwesterly wind between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Actually felt pretty refreshing out there earlier, so hopefully that continues here for the overnight hours. Temperatures tonight back down into the 40s for most of us, and again, you get a little cooler then as you head off to the north and west. Though summertime temperatures return here for your Thursday. Lower 80s for the Tri-Cities, mid to upper 80s here closer to Lincoln. We'll see just how warm we get. But lots of sunshine out there if you have a chance to get outside and enjoy the warmer temperatures. Tomorrow's the day to do it, because then as we head into the weekend, starting to see then those temperatures taper off a little bit. On Friday, we'll see temperatures back in the 70s with the passing cold front. The chance to see a few showers, possibly a thunderstorm on that heading into the weekend. Maybe even a little bit of a wintry mix late Friday into Saturday. Certainly a possibility. Cooler, though, as we get started with the weekend. Your high temperatures in the upper 50s.
All right, thanks so much, Dom. And that will do it for Channel 8 News at 4:30. Rod Fowler's up next. Stick with us.
The Amigos Yankee, reinventing the ordinary hot dog. Crispy cheesy original and bold jalapeno popper. At Amigos, where food is fun.
Let your voice be heard by sharing your photos and videos to the Now Local News app. Earn points and
Do you need hearing support? Don't be left out of the conversation. Here at Christensen Hearing Analytics, we understand that better hearing is better living. We provide the hearing solutions you need. Contact Christensen Hearing Analytics for a free consultation today and write the happy ending to your hearing story.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis? With fewer symptoms from moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, where would you go? Imagine being a million miles away. With Tremfya, clear skin is possible. And for adults with active psoriatic arthritis, Tremfya goes beyond the skin. Less joint pain, stiffness, and swelling is possible. And Tremfya even reduced fatigue. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Ask your doctor about Tremfya.
It's not always about hitting the right notes. It's about a career in tune with your life. The Synergy Effect. Brought to you by Synergy Home Care.
Bring on the spring at the Honda Spring Event. Honda vehicles are built for exploring, with available features like all-terrain tires, off-road tuned suspension, and Trail Watch. All from the 2025 Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $269 per month lease on a 2026 CR-V all-wheel drive LX.
From big moments to local victories, we're here for all the action. Sports stories that go beyond the scoreboard. Every team, every matchup, every night, we're on your sideline. Channel 8, bringing you Nebraska now.
When it comes to your garage, trust your neighbors at Access Garage Doors.
When garage doors start getting louder and slower,
that's when we step in with affordable solutions.
Get 10% off doors and openers today.
Don't stress.
Call Access.
Someone who gets your sense of style is appreciated, especially after being in a hospital gown all week. The Synergy Effect, brought to you by Synergy Home Care.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, ranchers recovering. Many are still dealing from the devastating wildfires. What UNL is saying to help them do so more effectively. Also tonight, voting with confidence.
Our elections are not for sale.
How a new bill signed by Governor Pillen will protect voters from outside influence. With our own eyes, a break-in occurring just across the street from our station. What our security cameras were able to capture. And cracked glass.
Hey guys, Noah. We may not have a door, but we'll have Topps Chrome football.
A local card shop left reeling after an overnight break-in. How big of a loss the employees are dealing with. But first tonight, right now, the community stepping up for vendors who are now without a place to go.
To be just so unexpectedly, abruptly closing, I mean, this is a life-changing alteration for them.
Painted Tree Boutiques closing its doors yesterday here in Lincoln, leaving dozens of small businesses searching for a new home. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Rod Fowler. Several spots across Lincoln are opening their hearts and their doors to offer space for vendors in their time of need. Channel 8's Emma Norwood joins us now after speaking with one of those lending a helping hand. Emma?
Hey, good evening, Rod. What used to be full tables of merchandise are now empty. That's where Creative Collabs Collective comes in. They're now making space for 9 vendors who were left with nowhere to go after Painted Tree Boutiques closed their doors. And as a small business owner herself, Melanie Rizak felt a calling to lend her space to others.
Across Lincoln, the effects of Painted Tree Boutiques closing its doors are being felt. But one local business is making sure no one gets left out in the cold.
So we had some extra spots open, thankfully. So I was able to accommodate 9 of the Painted Tree vendors that had to evacuate yesterday. And I'm hoping to add a few more. We're just doing all we can to make sure that people can have a home and have a platform to sell their stuff still.
Creative Collabs Collective of Nebraska immediately stepping in after the announcement of the closure. For owner Melanie Rizak, the decision to help came easily because this hits close to home.
For some of the Painted Tree vendors, I mean, that was either their only source of income or a large part of their income. You know, that's how they're supporting their families. So to be just so unexpectedly, abruptly closing, I mean, this is a life-changing alteration for them. And so it's heartbreaking to see small businesses in the community being just uprooted and having no place to go.
Creative Collabs taking in 9 vendors so far to fill these empty shelves. And Rizak isn't stopping there. She's planning to move some things around inside the store in hopes of giving more vendors a new home.
This just really magnifies small businesses and the importance to the community that they fill. The small businesses are the ones, you know, that are donating to schools and giving back to your daughter's cookie company or anything like that. So I feel like small businesses really are the backbone of Lincoln, and I definitely think that they have a good support system in the community behind them.
Creative Collabs is hosting a free vendor market in their parking lot on Sunday, April 26th. There's a link to more information about the event in this article on our website, KOKNTV.com. Reporting here in the studio, Emma Norwood, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you so much, Emma. This morning, a break-in at a Romantics adult store, and we have it all caught on camera. And when I say we, I really do mean we, because the store that was broken into is just across the street from our station here on South 10th. Check out this video. This was recorded on one of our security cameras attached to our building. You can see this truck circling the area a little after 2 a.m. Police say the driver would return a few minutes later to break into Romantics, smashing their glass door and taking several items before leaving the scene. This video sent into our Now Local News app showing officers leaving that scene of the break-in after everything checked out. They say the person who broke in was a man wearing a tan jacket and carrying a bag. If you have any information that could help police, you can call them, or you can remain anonymous by reporting it to Crime Stoppers. Now let's get to your first forecast on this Wednesday evening. As we take a live look outside from our tower cam here at the station, some sun and definitely some clouds for us, but some storms rumbling through parts of the state this afternoon. Is that going to continue? Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins with more. Rusty?
The severe weather threat is way down now. We just had a lot of it earlier, and we had a whole lot of severe weather reports in the form of hail. Here's a look at those. Look at all that hail reports from about Grand Island east towards Fremont, Wahoo, just north of Omaha. In fact, I'm going to zoom in here and show you that the largest report I could see of the hail was 2 inches, and this was in Dwight. Saw a lot of pictures on posted to my Facebook page that had just the entire town covered in hail in Dwight. So that was at about 1:22 this afternoon that happened. Now in Beatrice, not a whole lot going on, just a mixture of clouds and sun, and it's not a bad day now. We're at 70 degrees, much cooler to the north and east though. Norfolk at 57, still 73 in Nebraska City. A lot of 70s out there, but we do have a northwest wind at 5 to 10 or 15 miles per hour. As we head through our stormcast, you're noticing that temperatures will eventually drop into the 50s by about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and then as we head towards tomorrow morning, dropping into the upper 40s. So hour by hour, we're looking at 70 degrees by 7 p.m. and 48 degrees by 7 a.m. We'll talk more about that storm potential for the rest of the night and when it comes back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Rusty. Breaking now, a verdict is reached in the controversial Ticketmaster antitrust lawsuit. A jury finding that together with Live Nation, the parent company, the site illegally monopolized the market for ticket sales. The jurors in a Manhattan court saying they used pressure and leverage to suppress competition and drive up ticket costs for fans. The judge is set to hold a second trial to decide on remedies, and until then, ticket prices will stay the same on Ticketmaster's site. Well, reason to clap today. Also breaking, new records broken on Wall Street today. The S&P up nearly 1%, closing above 7,000 for the first time. NASDAQ also closing at an all-time high for a close, gaining 1.5% to get above 24,000. Now the Dow losing 0.1%, but overall Wall Street reacting very positively to President Trump's confidence that the war in Iran will end soon. Well, new tonight, a new law is in effect here in Nebraska meant to tighten up rules around election finances. Today, Governor Jim Pillen signing a bill into law banning foreign bodies from making contribution to ballot questions in our state. He says it's going to help protect our policies from outside influence.
You're going to be obligated to pay a fine that's in the amount of the contribution or $100,000.
The bill was introduced by Senator Bob Anderson. Nebraska already has laws regulating foreign contributions to ballot question committees, but authorities say it has loopholes, and they say the new law closes those gaps by clearly defining what counts as contributions and imposing heavy fines for violations. Governor Pillen says the measure will help boost Nebraskans' confidence in the election process.
This bill is really important. It makes it illegal for foreign nationals to directly or indirectly bring money into Nebraska, spend money, solicit funds, or influence our state's policy decisions. Our elections are not for sale.
Officials say more than $2 million of foreign cash was injected into our state's ballot measure campaigns within the past 3 election cycles. Nebraska, by the way, is among 20 states in the country to implement such laws. While Omaha police releasing the names of the officers involved in yesterday's incident that left 1 woman dead and a child in the hospital. The woman tried to abduct a 3-year-old at a Walmart there and actually slashed the child's face with a knife. Here are the officers, Brian Seaton and Roger Oseka. Because of the nature of the incident, it's currently under investigation and will require a grand jury, which is normal protocol. Douglas County Sheriff Aaron Hansen commenting on yesterday's horrific event in Omaha. He says it illustrates the dangerous reality of, in his words, repeat offenders and Nebraska's mental health crisis. He's calling on politicians and local leaders to work together to find solutions to prevent incidents like this from happening. Well, new at 5, a new outlet for people affected by Nebraska's widespread wildfires. Farmers and ranchers and lots of people in the affected areas have had their lives changed by the damages caused by the wildfires. UNL hosted a webinar today to give people a road to recovery. Channel 8's Meg West joins us in the newsroom now after listening in to see what kind of advice they're giving. Meg?
Good evening, Rod. Yes, Nebraska is recovering from the largest wildfires in state history. And while they're doing that, UNL is stepping up to offer guidance to ranchers and farmers to help rebuild and come back even stronger. UNL's Center for Agricultural Profitability used research from recent wildfire recovery efforts to help guide ranchers on how to restore land health. They're highlighting available programs for wildfire victims. Some topics discussed, well, livestock losses, fencing repair, debris removal, and more.
There's a lot of pieces to this. So grazing losses, which is the actual loss of the grass, the cost of buying feed above normal, so if you have to go buy hay to replace the grass that you lost. If you had feed that burned up in the fire, so if you had haystacks that burned up in the fire, that's the purchased and produced feed losses.
Fire monitoring website, an interactive tool designed to give timely data and resources for these impactful fires. And this doesn't just give farmers and ranchers a chance to recover, it gives them a chance to fully rebuild. In the newsroom, Meg West, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Meg. Stay with us. We have more for you after the break and a bunch of news stories at 6 o'clock, including UNL Masterclass. Students talk about their experiences working at the Masters Golf Tournament. They say the experience impacted their lives. And coming up after the break, Card Shop Break-In. We're live at the scene where Capital City Sports Cards was broken into. What the people who work there have to say about the extent of the damages. Don't go away. Now, a local card shop is recovering after an overnight break-in. Capital City Sports Cards waking up to their front door being smashed in last night. Today, they're reporting that many things were taken. Channel 8's Jake Holman joins us live after speaking with people at the card shop about how they're moving forward. Jake?
Rod, despite some hefty damages and stolen goods, the owner of Capital City Sports Cards is in good spirits and is putting on a brave face, leaving their doors open today following that theft. Now, according to LPD, the break-in happened around 2:45 this morning, shattering the front door, breaking more glass cases inside. Now, the owner says it's costing them roughly $10,000 to $20,000 worth of stolen merchandise and repairs. But he also says he's received outpouring support from the community, neighboring businesses dropping off lunch, customers coming in to donate cards, and plenty others stopping by just to shop. But for Chris Dietrich, he says there's only thing one left they can do.
We can't do anything but move forward, so it's starting to load up cases. We have amazing customers here, and so we've had, like just said, somebody came and donated a couple things for us to sell. It's just put our head down and keep grinding. It's day in and day out. It's just a rougher day than some days.
Now, Dietrich adds this isn't the first time his store has actually been robbed, happening one other time at a different location. And with a rise in the sports card industry, he says that is happening more often. Now, authorities believe the suspect involved in this break-in could be responsible for the break-in at Romantics that happened prior to this one this morning. Right now, though, authorities say this is an ongoing investigation. For now, reporting live here in Lincoln, Jake Coleman, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Jake. New tonight, the Lincoln Pediatric Group honoring the late Dr. Kate Gogella. Last fall, their team planted tulips after the tragic car accident she was in at 84th and Cherrywood Streets that resulted in her death. And now, as you can see behind me, these tulips, are they beautiful? They're in full bloom. The pediatric group says the flowers are a daily reminder of Dr. Gogel and the bright, radiant positivity she had that spread to everyone around her. They add that they miss her deeply, but with every spring bloom, the flowers become full of life, just like her. And even in the loss, there can be beauty, a sense of renewal, and hope in new beginnings.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
Been kind of an interesting day. We had that severe weather that from Grand Island through towards Fremont, Wahoo, and made its way into parts of Iowa. Still some storms out there. We'll look at those here in just a second. But first, turned into a pretty decent day here in the capital city. Barry Lockham looking at a mixture of clouds and sun, and 70 degrees. Pretty nice temperature. 68 in Columbus, 57 cooler in Norfolk, rain-cooled air there, and then a lot of middle 70s just off to the west. We're at 72 in Beatrice, 73 in Nebraska City, some 60s out there, Columbus, York, Aurora, Grand Island, and Hastings, all in the lower, middle, and upper 60s. The wind, a little bit of it out of the north and west, around 10 to 20 miles per hour, maybe a little lighter, a little further west. But there are some storms still out there. A couple of thunderstorms brewing here over towards Grand Island, Hastings, Kearney, York, maybe a sprinkle or two. We'll zoom in and show you that this is pretty close to Aurora, just moving along Highway 34, and then this one just south of Interstate 80. Some light rain showers in York, and then from St. Paul to Ravenna, and then down towards Kearney. Again, none of this is expected to be on the severe side, and this will eventually all move out as we head through the evening hours, and it should dissipate as well. Some very strong storms over towards Des Moines. I didn't zoom out far enough, but there's a long line of storms rolling across Interstate 35 right now. Tornado warnings and severe thunderstorm warnings. So we're just on the nice edge of a storm system. You can see a little bit of a spin, though, with that low pressure moving off to the east, dragging down with it some of that colder air. So there's stormcast through 5, 6, 7 o'clock, lingering showers, maybe an isolated thunderstorm here between Lincoln and Beatrice by 7 o'clock this evening. That won't amount to much, and it won't last long. Notice how quickly that goes away. Clear as a bell as we head through Thursday morning, and we'll try to get some clouds in here, I think, the second half of the day. Now, an interesting storm system is headed our way for Friday. This is early Friday morning. Yeah, that's what that is. That's snow. That will move into parts of western Nebraska, barely. I don't think it'll amount to much. But this right here, where this line sets up Friday afternoon, this is around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This line of storms, right now models are saying just east of us, but if that lines up a little further to the west, we could be dealing with a lot of severe weather. In fact, already the Storm Prediction Center has a huge area of an enhanced risk just off to the east. We are right on the edge. This is where the storms would likely begin. They would likely get stronger here in this yellow shaded area, the slight risk, and then become very severe as it moves a little further east into that enhanced risk. So we've still got, well, it's Wednesday, so we still have Thursday and Friday, still 2 solid days to figure out the timing on that, and that's exactly what we'll do. Temperatures tonight in the middle 40s, maybe even some upper 40s. High temperatures tomorrow. Hey, summer comes back. South wind at 10 to 20 miles per hour and highs 85, 86 degrees. And then that storm chance comes our way on Friday, so storms possible there. And as that cold front moves through, drags down some very cold air. We're looking at 34 degrees. If there's any lingering showers, this is pretty unlikely, but it's a possibility. If there's a lingering shower with some wraparound, a little mixed precipitation, and then right back into the 80s we go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week.
Thank you so much, Rusty. New tonight, the Lincoln Airport is finding a way to beautify their newest additions. They added big cement planters outside of the entrances to the terminals. They say while they are mainly for protection from cars that either accidentally or purposely try to drive into the airport, they'll also have flowers planted inside them. They're having local muralists and artists come in to paint the planters. We talked with Lincoln's airport communications manager today, who says she's seen all the artwork that other airports have and felt like it was something Lincoln was lacking.
We thought this would be a fun way to integrate local artists, again, into the airport. I mean, we put so much effort and a lot of work just into redoing our entire terminal to make it beautiful for everybody that is in the community, but also who land in our community. And so we really hope that this is a way to just, again, welcome people as they're walking into our airport.
She says she's been talking to people all around Lincoln and is excited to get this project underway. We have a whole new batch of stories coming up new at 6, including a search warrant ending in a massive rescue operation. How more than 50 animals are doing tonight after an urgent removal from a desperate situation in northeast Nebraska. We'll be right back.
Save $1,000 on internet and mobile.
New at 5, we take you to central Nebraska, where Shoemaker Elementary's second graders are celebrating a rare achievement. Some students are now published authors. That's right. They explored the world of insects and wrote narrative reports to share what they learned. They also created original drawings to add to their reports. You can see some of those in these pictures we're showing you. Some of the teachers there worked together to publish each student's work and books through the Student Treasure. Good for them.
That's cool.
Some great future leaders there. All right, Rusty, still some light showers in the state?
Yeah, just a few, and a couple of thunderstorms too. Nothing to get too worried about, but still, if you hear a rumble of thunder, that's what's going on. There's a batch of showers moving through York, and then over between York and Grand Island, and then just west of Grand Island, northeast of Kearney there. And there's a couple of rumbles of thunder in each one of those storms. But after all of this moves through over the next few hours, and we may see a spot shower or two in Lincoln, but this should all be done in the next few hours. You can see by about 7 o'clock, there's just a lingering storm out there, and then that's about it. Temperatures eventually dropping into the 50s, and we may eventually get into the 40s by early tomorrow morning before getting into the middle 80s tomorrow afternoon. So if you missed summer, it's coming back.
All right. Thank you, Rusty. And thank you for joining us. It's always an honor to bring you the news, weather, and sports. World News is next, and we'll see you back here at 6 o'clock.